Hey there. If you were following my trip through Maryland and PA to try to knock out some miles, number one, thank you. I appreciate it. And number two, you probably noticed that I was complaining a lot about my knee, and I actually spent my last couple of days on the trail just resting and not hiking because I had so much pain. It actually started, right before or right around boiling spring. So after the end of the first week or so of hiking, I started getting this just stabbing pain inside on the interior of my knee. It just felt like a knife, like every time I would take a step. And I tried to hike on it for a while, and at first it would get better during the day. Kind of as I warmed up a little bit, my knee would get better and I could hike. And then towards the end of the day, probably about 10, 12 miles in, it would start getting really bad. And by the time I stopped hiking and got into camp, I could barely put weight on it. So I would kind of hobble around. I said I look like a drunk person because I just couldn't put weight on it. And I had to use the trekking pole as a cane kind of thing. And it just unfortunately got worse and worse and worse instead of better. I was hoping I could hike through the pain, but it just wasn't working. So I ended up coming home a few days early and just resting my knee over the 4th of July. And then, well, I'll show you what's next. Well, I finally made it to the doctor's office. It's July 5th, and I came home on Tuesday. So I've been off my knee since Sunday, and it doesn't seem to be getting much better. And of course, with the holiday, it was hard to get in. So I'm just waiting to see the doctor. They already took some x-rays, and I'll find out hopefully what's going on and what I need to do to get back in hiking shape. So I want to just share a little update on my troublesome knee. I went to the doctor and he didn't do an MRI, but he did do an x-ray and some other examination. And he said he thinks that the problem is actually my medial meniscus and not my MCL, which surprised me, but he's the doctor and I'm not, so obviously he knows better. But he gave me a cortisone shot, which took about 3 days to kick in. I've never had a cortisone shot before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I was getting to the point where I was getting a little concerned, and then it finally just miraculously started feeling better, so that was nice. And he also gave me some really strong anti-inflammatories and prescribed a month of physical therapy. The good news is he asked me when I wanted to be back hiking, and I told him by fall, and he said that's definitely should be doable, so that's good. And I go back early August for a follow-up just to make sure that everything's progressing as it should, and if I'm still having problems, then we'll do an MRI at that point. But anyway, so I have started the physical therapy. I just came from my second session. The first one was pretty easy. The second one, they definitely were putting me through some paces, and I've got some homework to do to keep building up some strength around not just the knee, but other body parts, I guess, that provide structure and support to the knee. So I will be working on that the next few weeks. Hopefully I will be back in hiking condition, and I've got a tentative plan for a hike that I've really been wanting to do, and I'll tell you more about that as soon as I have details. So here's the good news. I've done just 1 week of physical therapy, and as I mentioned, the cortisone shot finally kicked in, and so I'm definitely feeling a lot better, almost pain-free at this point. And from what I've read, a cortisone shot can be beneficial for anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months, so I don't know what's in store in that regard, but the physical therapy is going to continue for a month even though I'm pain-free, and I've got permission to actually get back in the gym and do other training. So I've started swimming and rowing and doing some other things to just build up, well, keep my cardio strength going, and also just to build up my leg muscles and the muscles that support my knees. So I'm going to be working out a lot in the next several weeks, and then I am looking forward to getting back on the trail in September. And as I mentioned, I will tell you about those plans as they start to materialize. But I'm going to be doing a trek that I've been hoping to do for a while, and I'm really excited about that. So pray that my knee gets better and that I'll be out hiking just after the Labor Day weekend.